I should wrap up and go home from work now, but I can't miss free coaching. Yeah, this is going to be the last one for tonight, probably. And then I'm going to play ladder for the rest of the night for like another hour and a half. Alright, so Orbital Shipyard. Terran versus Zerg. I've played Bam Bam's Terran before, and it's actually not bad. He plays unconventional, though. He doesn't play like a standard Terran. He plays kind of like rough. So this might be fucking awkward for Stratix. I don't know how much Stratix plays against awkward Terrans. But we'll see. And I'm going to emphasize more on the Zerg in this game than I am on the Terran. I'm not... to be honest, most of my streamers watch my stream for getting better at StarCraft because of their Zerg players, not because I have Terran players watching me play Zerg going, how does Zerg play? I feel like that's... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm burping. I feel like that's a bit more rare. So yeah, basically I feel like you guys care more about Zerg than anything. So I'll focus more on Stratix this game. He's going for a 17 hatchery. I like it so far. It's good. I'm kind of in a state right now in Zerg vs Terran where I really do not like delaying my gas because of the threat of Reaper. There are some Terrans who are fucking insanely good with Reaper control, and I can't fucking stand, you know, having to micro against that shit without speed. You'll basically lose. Not a lot of Terrans are that good, but there are some that are that good. Like the one who actually made me think that way recently is Kelazar. If you guys watch me play against Kelazar, I fucking need speed or I'm dead every time. Like if I don't have speed, I just have to leave the game because my drones will die. So he's getting speed. I like it. And on Bam Bam's side, he's going for Reaper expand. He's not going Mass Reaper, it's just one. So when Terrans do this, from Zerg's perspective, I'm actually going to go to his perspective only. I'm not going to... I'll play it as if I were playing the game. I'm not going to look at his opponent's build. So when you're Zerg, seeing one Reaper like this, you have to be... keep your mind open. You might go, okay, I know there's a Reaper. It might be Mass Reapers, or it might be just, you know, one, maybe two Reapers into a fucking expansion or like a reactor. It's kind of nice when you see a Reaper because then you know you don't have to run your Overlord right away. This Overlord should immediately be going right here. This thing should already have scouted this. So he can see, this is what he would see. He would see a reactor and a factory, but he's not scouting it right now just yet. He's more focused on this. But he did miss an opportunity already to see what tech he's against. You can just glance at it, and then if you see this, you know, oh look, there's no Marines being made, I can stay here for a little bit, but as soon as the barrack starts lighting up, like this right now, then you gotta get the fuck out. Anyways, though, he hasn't seen that yet, so he doesn't know. He actually doesn't know if this is gonna be Mass Reaper or not. He can assume it's not, because there's not already two Reapers here. There should already be two Reapers here if it was Mass Reaper, and a third one would be on the way. A little bit of damage going on in the main. This queen is, I think, misrallied. It's unfortunate for Stratix. Because obviously there's no fucking reason for this queen to be out here. But he might be nervous or something. Speed just finished, so now... when speed finishes, when you normally, as Zerg, in my opinion, when you go for a build like this, where you go hatchery, like 17 hatch, you get speed. As soon as speed is finishing, it'll also be when you're around 40 supply, throw down like 6 eggs of Zerglings, okay? So you make like 12 extra Zerglings. And it's because this is also when the Terran should have, if they swap reactor and barracks, they should have about 4 Hellions coming across the map at this point. But he's playing unconventional, like I said, and he has 2 fucking Widow Mines and 4 Marines coming across the map. So now the Overlord is flew into the main. This is good. This could be either a Liberator or a dropship or a Viking. It could be anything. Now he knows Liberator though. So if I'm right now, what I see right now, oh fucking Widow Mine and a Liberator in the main and a couple Marines, I make 3 fucking Roaches, 3 Roaches, turn them into 3 Ravager, So you can nuke not only Widow Mines, because you can see that shit on the ground right there, but I also make... Oh god. I also would make the Ravagers deal with the fucking Liberator, like right here. So it takes 2 nukes to kill a Widow Mine, and it takes 3 nukes to kill the Liberator. So 3 Ravager is like the perfect number. And behind this, I would I like what he's doing with the Zergling. These Zerglings are not really useful at home anymore, because all it is 2 fucking Burrowed Widow Mines. I would scout for the 3rd like he did. That's good that he scouted. I'm really surprised that wall is not closed right now. If he had more Lings over here, this Terran would actually be dead. This is not going to be enough, but he might get some more damage done. The wall is actually probably going to be closed at this point. But now he sees, oh, Siege Tank. When I fucking see a Siege Tank, I love going into Muta. On a map where you're not really close to your opponent, I love Muta. And this is why he needs 3 Ravager. And he's making 3 Ravager now. I would personally always make them, as soon as I see the fucking Liberator, like over here, if I ever see a Liberator, I just make 3 Ravagers immediately. And the Widow Mines is even more cause for making 3 Ravager. But he'll nuke it now, and he'll get rid of it. It's gone. It was a little annoying, but now he's fine. He's saturating. Right now, what I would do as well, he hasn't seen a 3rd command center, or he has actually. Never mind. I thought he didn't see it. I would be making Muta though. I would go up to about probably 8 Muta. Tanks a little, like all this shit's gonna be annoying for him right now, just dealing with it. For the time being. Oh, that'll be good if he catches it. He didn't catch it. The medevac circle was right there, and he nuked up here. But anyways, yeah. Once he gets the Mutas out, this will stop being annoying. But what he needs to do is he needs to the second that this tank is fucking gone, which is going to be very soon. He needs to take a 4th immediately. He needs to get rid of these rocks. He needs to start Baneling speed. And he needs to fully saturate his fucking base. The reason why is because he needs to try and stay a base up on the Terran. And we already know that the Terran had a 3rd. He saw it earlier as well. The Terran does have a 3rd right now. So he needs to get his economy better than Terran's. You generally want to do that. And with what the Terran's been doing, he did a little bit of awkward aggression in the beginning. All the units died. He did a tank drop. The tank drop is gone. Both the tank and the medevac are like about to die. Basically, what all this means is that the Zerg once again has map control. So, and now Mutas are coming out to kill a Banshee. So what should happen is Zerg should overdo their economy right now. And while overdoing your economy, you get all your tech going. You get your 1-1 going. You get an Infestation Pit to get ready to go into Hive. You get Baneling speed. You get a Mutalisk upgrade. You get yourself ready for late game. You don't have to like attack him either while you're doing this. You can be passive. But all you gotta do is scout for a 4th, like what he's doing right now. Scout for a 4th base. This Banshee's being pretty annoying. You scout for a 4th base, and you don't actually attack Terran when they're defensive on 3 base if you're taking a 4th of your own. If the game hasn't really, been decided already, which it has not. Both players are playing, they're going up. What you do though is, okay, now he's taking a 4th. Now is when I would go, alright, I probably need to move across the map and not let this fucking happen. Because if the Terran is already invested into 4 fucking command centers, the army of Terran is not going to be as big as it would otherwise be. And look at this army, it's not massive. It's not like fucking 40 supply of bio. That's 9 Marines. And the Liberators are pretty annoying. But imagine if there was like a lot of Ling Bane, this army would get fucking shit on. There's only 2 Hellions and no medevacs. So there's a 4th base going down, I like it. A Hive started, I like it. 1-1 is actually on the way, it's fine. After seeing that army, you think, okay, this guy, he's playing unconventional. He's, the Terran is not going for a standard bio army. What I would do right now, this looks like mech to me. If I was playing this game, I would go, alright, I'm playing against mech. I would throw down a Hydralisk Din at this point. I would, okay, this is... This is not going great, but he's gonna kill enough to where he should be able to overpower it if it pushes. But what I'd like to do against Mech is I would expand again like he is, which is good. And I would make Hydra and I would go into Viper the second I'm fucking Hive. The second I have Hive, I go Viper against Mech. I get like 8 Viper. Or, no, sorry, that's way too much. I get like 5 Viper. Oh yeah, he was nervous. It's fine. So he played that Terran. He plays a little unconventional. It's not fucking normal. It's an awkward game to coach or to commentate on. But the general rule against Terran, okay? This is the big key points. Get your fucking speed while you go for an expansion. And this is also for standard play, by the way. You expand like 17 supply, and then you get a speed behind that with gas in a pool. As soon as you have your speed, stop mining gas for a little bit. Go up to like 40 supply, just droning your ass off. And right about then is when your speed will be finishing. That's when, as Zerg, you should go, okay, the Terran has a possibility of attacking me with something. It could be Hellions. If it hasn't already been Mass Reaper. It could be Hellions, it could be Marines and Medevacs, it could be some random shit, I don't know, it could be a tank and a Medevac. You make like fucking 12 extra Zerglings right there, when your speed's pretty much done, around 40 supply. And then right then as well, you not only saturate your main gas, but you take another gas. And you get ready to go into layer. While doing that, your third should be like finishing up, because you should try and take your third as fast as fucking possible while making drones in the drone phase. If you can't get your third down, because there's a Reaper there or something, well then you have to wait. Maybe you can push him away with a Queen or some shit, but you will have to wait. If there's nothing denying you at all from taking your third, you take your fucking third at like 25 supply, or like 30 supply. There's nothing stopping you, so just fucking take it. That way, when your speed's done, that's about the time when your speed's done, you'll be making like 12 Zerglings. That's about the time that your third will be finishing as well, so you can defend that with your Lings and your Queens and all that shit. And that's also when you should be getting a Roach Warren. So and also when you should be scouting into his base. You should always be trying to scout the base. Like earlier in that game, we saw the Overlord kind of miss an early scout. He went off to the side because he was afraid of Marines killing his Overlord most likely. When he could have actually peeked in and been like, oh look, there's a reactor on the barracks. There hasn't even been a Marine built yet, because I saw a Reaper go past. And then he immediately went from Reaper into Reactor. No Marines at all. He could have scouted the whole tech path of Terran from that point on. But he missed it. Always try to, think about things like that and capitalize on opportunities like that. If you see a fucking Marine, don't just suicide your Overlords if you don't want to. But if you don't see it, if you think there's a possibility of, hey, maybe no Marines, let me go see if I can poke in and see it. Well, sometimes you can. And then basically from that point on, going back to what I was talking about a second ago, where you have Lings, your third's done. The goal for Zerg in that situation is to get 3 Ravagers. 3 is the fucking magic number, man. Because you deal with Liberators with 3 Ravagers. Those are very good against like Hellbat pushes and Hellbat Medevac, Hellbat Marine Medevac, all that shit. They're very useful against that. They're very useful against Widow Mines. They're very useful as backup damage against Marine pushes. They're just very useful overall. And the most annoying thing is when a fucking Liberator comes into your mineral line and you don't have 3 Ravagers and you gotta run your whole mineral line and you're like, well, I can't mine from that base for about 2 minutes or a minute. This sucks. It does fucking suck for Zerg. So get 3 Ravagers. It's fucking important. And then from that point on, with your little bit of Zergling army and your 3 Ravager, while scouting, if he's all-inning you, then stop droning, you make units. But if he's not all-inning you and he's going for like a 3rd command center, which Stratix this game did scout, he scouted a 3rd command center, as fast as you fucking can, you do like the 3-step program. Step 1, you fully saturate all your bases. Step 2, you take a 4th base, because you want to stay 1 base above the Terran. Step 3, you get all your fucking tech, and that is Baneling Nest, Spire, and double Evo Chamber for upgrades for, 1-1 and your Spire upgrade, and the access to mutas and Baneling speed, and also Banelings themselves. Because that is the most well-rounded army to fight against Marine tank timings, which is like the most popular fucking thing right now in ladder. And then from that point on, you scout again, you follow up. Once you are fully saturated, you're like, alright, what is he actually doing? Is he going fucking... What kind of composition are we fighting? Then that's like the point in the game where you turn it into in-game, and you go, okay, well now I gotta prepare for Hive, or I gotta commit really hard to layer units like more mutas, more zerglings, more banelings. What is he fucking doing? If he's going for just like standard macro bio, I would recommend you go into fucking Hive. If he's going for like this awkward what fucking cyclone push, then you might be like, well, if I rush Hive I might die. Do something else. And like if you fucking see mech or something, what I was saying in that game specifically was I would make a Hydra Den immediately. I would throw down an infestation pit. I would eventually get Hive, but I would make Hydras first of all, and then I go into Hive, and then I back it up with Viper, and then you can abduct and fucking kill shit with fucking Hydra, like whether it be Liberators or whatever. And then from that point on, if he's going mech, the best thing in the world to deal with mech pushes is fucking Broodlord. Broodlord backed up by Viper and Corruptor is so amazing at dealing with like Liberator, Viking, Tank, Thor, all that shit. But yeah, Shaddix, you played well, man. Don't worry, you were fine. It's okay if you're a little nervous. It's okay. You had a pretty good game.